I started Thai boxing when I was 19 years old because I have so much weight, and playing soccer, I don't like it sometimes, and I choose then the fight sport to losing weight. One day a friend of mine he comes to me and say, hey, I find a new gym in Ulm and they make Thai boxing. Come, let's look at there and so on. And 1 week later I went with him there, and after the first lesson I was very excited and want to do the sport, and I lose I think 10 kilos in 3 months, and I start liking the sport, and I start also to making the fitness with the sport. Yeah, after I losing my weight, I still make the sport for getting fit and staying fit, and yeah, and really after 10 years later, I decided to make one boxing match, and because the guy asked me if you want to fight, I say yeah, of course I can fight, and then we started to fight, but boxing was not my world, and I make only one fight, and yeah, 10 years later, when I was 28 years old, I make my first Muay Thai fight. I win last time, and I'm getting very excited to make more and more fights after this. One of my favorite fights and also one of my best fights was in 2008. I fight for the European title in Swiss, in Basel. I fight against a local hero, Stefan Mabida, and I beat him on points. After the match I'm getting the European title belt, and yeah, this was the best fight.
Punktet mehr als eine leichte Klapper. Und da im K1, da zählen im Prinzip die besseren Treffer bis jetzt. Der Karaca hat sich aber nicht beeindruckt. Wow. Schon wieder
I.S.K.A. bis jetzt.
Kein Abtasten, absolut nicht.
Und was kann man so in der Pause machen? Kann man da als Trainer geht wirklich zur Sache bei dem Fight, bei dem EM-Fight. Keiner gibt nach.
Ui!
Oi.
Niederschlag. Karaca hat er wirklich sehr hart getroffen. Bin wieder scheint K.O.
Serdar Karaca hat den Fight gewonnen, jawohl! Riesenfreude in der türkischen Ecke, ist nicht unverdient.
Ja, nein, ist verdient die zweite Runde klar verloren, Stefan Mabida.
Ist rein.
I have now in total 47 fights, 39 wins and 30 knockouts. Fighting gives me a lot of experience. I get a lot of friends, a lot of good friends, a lot of fight experience. I train in different countries, in Holland, in Swiss, in Austria, also in Thailand, and everybody is training in a different way. So I get more experience, and I can show them also my students in our town, in our gym.
Ist nicht unverdient.
Ja, nein, ist nicht immer gut.
2010 I decided to stop with the fighting and focus more on the events. We started making a cooperation with Elite Boxing in Thailand, and then I have really no more time to train myself and also to fight because I have a lot of work with the management, with the organization of the event, with searching the fighters. And yeah, after 2 or 3 years for focusing on this event, I decided then to stop, and we built our good foundation with Elite Boxing and make in the last 3 years a good work. After 3 years of working on elite boxing events, everything runs smooth, and I have more time for myself, and also the gym runs really good, and my security company, and yeah, then it's getting a little bit boring, and I felt something is missing. And yeah, one day after the other I decided the missing part is the fighting part, and I decided to train and make a good comeback. Last year I planned a comeback then in August, and my first step was to come to Thailand and have a 5 weeks training. And yeah, then I booked a flight and came to Bangkok, to the Elite Boxing Fight Club Bangkok, which is also the home gym of the Elite Boxing. And Todi introduced me then our partner from Australia, Nugget McNaught, which is also the best trainer, one of the best trainers in Asia and in Australia. And I have a really good time with him. I learned so much, and really I follow him now. I try to get now in his steps also. And yeah, I don't be used to the Thai training, but slowly, yeah, if you work on it, slowly you get something. You know? Then I stayed 5 weeks here last July, and Nugget prepared me for my comeback fight in Swiss. Yeah, we book all together to back to Europe, and we have then also 1 week later we have then the comeback fight. It was a great victory. I knocked the guy out in the second round, and yeah, I decided then to take Nugget to Germany 2 months and preparing also for my other fight. And that was in Austria, and yeah, I think Nugget give me now this what I need for a old boy, and I work on it, and I and I try to be fit for the next fight. So I'm now 40 years old, and I train every day, and I think that people laugh at me so much, but I don't care because I do it for myself, you know. I have more discipline in the whole life what I make, in my work, in my job, in my sport. I have more discipline when I have the daily training, and I decided to make more fights. When the body is going, then it's okay. You only have to do is have to train, to work on it every time, and yeah, and then I tell everybody that age is not a limit, and that's now my new campaign. And yeah, and I look, you know, I go to sparring to other gyms, and I spar with world champions and so stuff. But yeah, I can do it also. There's no problem. And yeah, if you train every day, then you can also be a world champion. No problem. So after the good experience from last year, I decided to prepare to every fight with Nugget and go also to every fight with Nugget. So this year I have maybe 4 or 5 fights, but every fight was cancelled. And now I take the next option. It's an 8 June event in Germany. I fight there for a world championship. And I'm now also here in Thailand to prepare myself with Nugget for the fight, and everything runs smooth here. But I need really the weather is a little bit hotter than in Germany, and I need my time to get used to it because the body is not so young. But if you train every day, then it's getting big good. Thanks for the support for my campaign Age is Not a Limit, and also thanks for my whole fans out there, especially the old guys, because they know how I feel and they know how hard is the work to get into a fight. And the young guys, watch out. You know why? Because the old bull is coming.